You think things aren't moving fast enough. You think that the money should have just shown up by now. You think that the universe is in some way punishing you. What if the universe is just denying your manifestation because you are not in alignment with what you are supposed to be and the frequency you're supposed to be on at this moment in time? What if the universe is making sure you're ready to receive your blessings? So many people will receive a blessing, but because they aren't ready for it, guess what happens? They actually destroy the blessing. They miss the blessing. They abuse the blessing. Let me give you an example. Every year, several hundred people win a significant amount of money from the lottery. So they invest their money, they fill out a form, and they win a lottery ticket. The people that win the lottery tickets generally go through this study. Not all, but most. They get the money, and then usually within 2 to 3 years, they are broke again. Sometimes a lot faster than that. So you see, they had the conscious thought. They put into action by buying the actual lottery ticket and filling out the numbers. That's the multiply action. They got the manifestation. They won the lottery. The energy exchange was money. But because they were not in the abundance frequency, they were not ready to receive that level of abundance. And what happened to them? They squandered it. They squandered the abundance because they weren't on the abundance frequency. They didn't have the millionaire codes in their mind. They didn't understand how to move in abundance because they had been in scarcity mindset their entire life. So because they were in this scarcity mindset and moving in scarcity and lack of abundance mindset with poor financial literacy or no financial literacy at all of a sudden when the abundance comes so abruptly, they just don't know what to do. And it's nothing against them. It's not saying that they're dumb or stupid or have a low IQ or anything. They just weren't ready for that abundance. They were not prepared for it. They had been programmed their entire life and had never done any work on themselves to reprogram the subconscious prior to receiving that abundance. If you give me any one of those lottery winners for the last 20 years and let me work with them before they win the lottery to reprogram themselves and give them the abundance mindset, to reprogram the subconscious and put them on an abundance frequency, teach them some basics and financial literacy, and then let them win the lottery. I bet, matter of fact, I guarantee the results of those tests would change dramatically. The majority of the people would actually build on what they actually got blessed with versus depleting it. You know, desire isn't just enough. Your nervous system has to be able to hold the success that you're claiming. A lot of our nervous systems aren't prepared for that. They are moving erratically. Our nervous systems have been linked to trauma, drama, right? Spikes in hormones and cortisol spikes and all these things, external things that are affecting us on a moment by moment basis. And because of that and dysfunctional households and bad relationships and poor financial literacy and all the things that go with that, we have severe stress on our nervous system. Of course, then just add the stress that's coming from the rest of the world, right? Just going down your news feed is stressful enough. So your nervous system is in fight or flight. It's not prepared to handle abundance. So you could be doing almost everything right and still not manifesting your desires. And the reason why could be your nervous system isn't prepared. You're not on the right frequency and your nervous system is in chaos, right? It's in entropy where things move from an ordered state to a disordered state. Entropy is a fractal. It permeates the entire universe and even penetrates into your own body, your cells, your mind. What is cancer? Cancer is entropy. You have ordered states of cells that then gradually become malformed and then turn into cancer, right? That's entropy as it moves through the body. So you have to understand that you have to begin to learn how to upgrade your bandwidth, right? Think of your nervous system as your inner Wi-Fi. It's sending and receiving signals all the time. But if it's outdated, the high level manifestations can't take hold in your body. Your body and your mind, your nervous system can't process them because you're already full with data flowing on a different frequency. Data that's dealing with chaos, nervousness, financial issues, trauma, drama, external stresses that are coming in that you're allowing in, like watching CNN all day and things like that. And it's building up all this fear and anxiety in your body and depression in your body as you're worried about what's going to happen in the next moment. That frequency, that Wi-Fi that you're sending and receiving all this low frequency information on a consistent basis. Though the universe wants to send you the high frequency stuff, but it's blocked. It can't get to you. It just can't get to you. Even if it came to you, you couldn't receive it properly. You wouldn't recognize it for what it's for. Hence, the lottery winners that blow everything that they win. The universe gave them the blessing and they squandered it because they weren't ready for it. Neurologically, they weren't ready for it. This is something that's hardly ever talked about. Nobody talks about this. Nobody goes into this particular topic. And this is why I created the Forbidden Knowledge Academy. And the link is in the caption of this video. It's in the live chat or in my bio. Make sure you check out the Forbidden Knowledge Academy. These are the types of teachings that I have, and there are hundreds of hours of incredible teachings like this. Hundreds of hours, okay? Hundreds of hours of teachings like this on topics to give you a perspective that no one has ever given you before. You've never heard this type of information before. You've never been able to bring awareness to yourself like this before. And this is what's going to get you unstuck. Frequency is not just wishful thinking. So people think, well, I can just, if I start thinking and focusing on it hard enough, I can create this alternate reality, or I can make this thing manifest. The universe is like a mirror, as you've always heard me say. It's going to reflect your frequency back at you. And so if your frequency is in chaos, it's in fear, anxiety, depression, doubt, and negative thoughts on a consistent basis, the universe is going to hold up a mirror and it's going to reflect it right back on you. And what you're going to be able to see or receive at that moment in time is going to be more negativity, doubt, fear, depression, anxiety. That means that everything coming at you is going to create more of that emotion till it builds, builds, and builds and consumes you and consumes your nervous system. A lot of the times we're not ready for the next level or the next chapter of our life because we're still tied to old chapters. We're still dwelling on what happened in the past. We're still, loathing in the past darkness and living it as if it's happening still right now in this current day. This is the problem with trauma and drama and things like that, and people addicted to toxicity. They keep reliving the same things over and over as if it's happening now, although it happened in the past. So they're torturing themselves and they're torturing their nervous system, and they can't realize why they're not moving on and moving upward and onward. It's because they keep going into the past and recreating scenarios that have already gone. Instead of processing those scenarios, moving them through the body, moving them through the consciousness, acknowledging them and letting them go. So those kind of scenarios from the past could be holding you back neurologically from receiving blessings, from receiving the abundance that is your birthright. You have to learn how to clear out those patterns to increase your download. People say all the time, I get downloads. Don't laugh at people that say they're getting downloads. We all get downloads. Every single human being on the planet is getting downloads on a consistent basis. Quantum physics already proved it. Just go to physics.org and search for how the human mind can actually download streams of information or even gather information from other dimensions, because we have a quantum computer on our shoulders. Google invented a quantum computer that answered a question in some ridiculous short amount of time. It would have taken like every computer on the planet so many hundreds of thousands of years to answer the same question. And when they researched how it was able to do this, they realized that the quantum chip had accessed multiple dimensions and even multiple universes to gather the information. Well, if we're living in a fractal universe and the quantum chip is just a fractal of our own consciousness, and we have the original quantum computer on our shoulders, scientists have already realized that our minds are connecting up to 11 dimensions according to the Brain Institute. Well, I believe that our minds are connecting to the dimensions, higher dimensions, as well as even the multiverse, just like the quantum chip did for Google. Because it can only do what we're already capable of doing. On the outside of us, we can only create things that are a fractal of us as a whole, an extension of ourselves. And so because of that, we have to realize then that we are powerful beings. And we can tap into information and we can download information on a consistent basis. Where we're downloading information, it's just, can we discern what we're downloading? It really comes to, can you recognize the blessings as they come toward you? Can you recognize that this person that appeared in your life is there for a reason and that they have a purpose? And they will connect you to this person that connects you to that person that allows your manifestation to come into fruition. If we can begin to realize and recognize the blessings, discern the blessings as they're arriving, and understand how they can connect us to what our life's purpose is, then life is going to change for you completely. But it first starts with working on yourself. And there are processes and there are exercises that you can do to begin to clear out your nervous system so that it can receive new, fresh downloads. About 4 months ago now, I went and did something what I would consider for myself very radical, because I had never done anything like this before. And it's not that I was against it, I just didn't think it was for me. And I went to Dave Asprey's 40 Years of Zen. Now, Dave Asprey is a huge biohacker. He invented the term biohack. Actually, he's the one who coined that phrase. He's huge, massive. The guy owns over 100 companies, I believe. Very good guy. I've been on his podcast. He's been on my podcast. And I learned a lot from Dave Asprey. And because I had so much respect for him and his ability to handle and process and learn about past trauma, I decided to accept to go to his 40 Years of Zen program. Now, this 40 Years of Zen is literally exactly what the title is. 40 years of working on yourself, but only in 5 days. 5 days. So I flew out to Seattle to his retreat, and I was greeted with the most incredible people. You go there early in the morning, you arrive at 8 a.m., and you come into this tranquil, serene location where you're met with psychotherapists, analysts, researchers, and scientists, and they give you a nice, fresh, healthy breakfast. And then the day begins with a preliminary conversation to go over what the mission is for the day, the mission of going internal into your inner space. And I learned a lot just from that part of the actual process. The fact that you can sit with yourself every single morning and you can set up missions to work on yourself throughout the day. I had never conceived of that in that particular format before. And we have a journal and we're journaling what the mission is, and we're journaling these specific techniques that we're being taught in the actual retreat on how to go in and work on specific things within ourselves, within our consciousness that happened to us in the past. And then once we have that mission plan, we're then sent over to a pod. This pod is an individual pod. It looks like a little space shuttle from Star Trek. You get inside and you close it. And in there you have light deprivation. You have sound deprivation. Not technically sound deprivation as you can't hear anything, but you can't hear anything on the outside. You can only hear the music they're pumping into your headsets with noise canceling. And you have visual deprivation because you have these special goggles on that block out all the light. And you're in a recliner, a very comfortable recliner, in complete and utter darkness. So you can't see anything. You can only hear what they're pumping into your headphones, which are these specific type of binaural beats and frequencies. And then you have an EEG cap on your skull on your head, which is sending down through cabling to a computer on the outside where there's an analyst watching all your brainwave activity. This was a very interesting process. I was blown away by how technical it was and also how really metaphysical it was at the same time. And the first day you go in, there is no psychedelic or anything, but you're going in there for 4.5 hours. 4.5 hour mission to work on yourself. This was such an extensive process in the beginning. You don't realize how focused you have to be, but also maintaining a transcendental state, a meditative state, to accomplish this mission. So the first day, I'm not going to lie to you, was a little bit challenging to stay focused on the mission and to not let my mind wander off into other dimensions, but to stay focused on, hyper-focused on specifically the things I'm supposed to be working on within the meditation. 4.5 hours, come out of there, and then immediately you go right to your journal to start journaling what happened within that time frame, what meditation, what things occurred during the specific scientific processes that they gave us to work on these past situations. And it was really all about going into the past, finding things that, or people that hurt you, even if it was yourself, coming to a point where you learn how to relive it within the meditation, re-feel all the experiences and emotions, process those emotions, move into a place of forgiveness, and then move into a place of gratitude, and then from there move into a place or feeling of love. That's the mission on each and every one of these particular things. You got to go on this itemized list of all these painful things that have happened in the past. And then you have to come out and then you have to discuss that with the psychotherapist. It's a lot. And you have to be very candid and open and vulnerable to talk about these things. And if you're not, you're just wasting your energy and your time. So the first day was challenging. Second day was very interesting because the second day they give you what they call a hero's dose of ketamine, which is a psychedelic. You're going on the same mission again in the same pod, the same scenario, but it gives you this neuroplasticity that allows you to work on yourself and experience the past in a way that is just, I definitely could have never experienced it before because that was my first time doing something like that. But it was wild. It was a wild ride, I'll tell you that much. But I was able to really create new neural connections. It allowed me to reprogram and reset my neurological system. And doing that in there for like 4 hours and then coming out, psychotherapy, well, 30 minutes of just getting back into your body and getting back to your third dimensional senses, and then a session of psychotherapy. This happens every single day for 8 to 9 hours. Then your third day, fourth day, fifth day, those days you're not taking the shot of ketamine, but you are doing the work. And this process taught me a lot about the nervous system. I began to realize that the nervous system is highly responsible for the way that we manifest our reality, the way that we respond to people, the way that we respond to even our own thoughts and our own emotions and even our own our own speech. It's heavily involved in every aspect of your reality. And until you understand how to begin to reprogram your neurological system, your subconscious, and your nervous system and settle it down and get it coherent so that it is ready to process the new life, the new abundance, the high frequency that you deserve, that's your birthright, you'll be stuck. Again, this is why I created the Forbidden Knowledge Academy. In there, we work on these specific things, and because I have the experience, I'm able to also now take you through step by step by step and give you specific exercises that you can do in the comfort of your own home or your office or wherever you want, your car, and you can begin to reset your nervous system and reset your neurological system without having to travel halfway around the world and spend $25,000. You can do it in your house. You can do it in your room. You can do it in the shower. So I give you these specific exercises to teach you how to get back into brain-heart coherence, to reset your nervous system and your neurological system, and be open and ready to accept the blessings that are for you, okay? So I'm telling you, click that link in the caption of this video, click the link in the live chat or in my bio, and make sure you go and check out the Forbidden Knowledge Academy. We're in there. There are a group of people not just myself, my coaching team, my mentoring, and then right now over 1,000 incredible souls. Find your tribe. Your tribe is in the Forbidden Knowledge Academy. These are people there to uplift you, support you, help you, assist you, and guide you along the way, to help you reset your neurological system, to give you the love and the energy that on the frequency that you deserve so that you can begin to form new habits and new traits within your own body, to accept your new level of abundance that's coming towards you and to recognize that abundance. And of course, then also to be with like-minded individuals that you just can't see wherever you are. They're spread out all over the world. And in the Forbidden Knowledge Academy, we've brought them into one location. The energy is there. The distance doesn't matter because distance is an illusion. It's the frequency and vibration that exists within the Forbidden Knowledge Academy that's the difference maker. There is no other self-improvement group that exists quite like ours. If you want to be a part of something incredible, if you want to be a part of something great, and if you want to get your nervous system on the right track and be able to manifest abundance, the abundance that's your birthright, click the link and join the Forbidden Knowledge Academy, and I'll be your mentor in there, and we're going to have an incredible, incredible ride as we all work together to become the best version of ourselves.